Hi, welcome to PC Magic. This is Matthew, reviewing the InWin 909 case, which I'm using for a build for a client. I'll dive straight into it, no mucking around. I've unboxed it. For the most part, this is an unboxed video, but it has been pulled out of the box physically. This was surrounding it, which is a very protective layer while it's in the case in transit, and was a good feature, I thought. Good to do your build on as well. You see all little errors. Now, comes packed with some good accessories. They haven't left you high and dry with anything. You have extras of some of the things, which is, as we know, probably the opposite of what you would normally get. Normally you're missing something. So there's a little bit over and above what you'd expect from the InWin with this, which is impressive. Cable ties, extension cables, 24-pin extenders, etc. Just everything you'd really need to put a case together properly. There's several of these in there. Cable clips to double-sided tape on the other side. Manage your cables, cable management very easily. And you'll see with all the holes that are in the case in a sec that the cable management is not difficult. And they give you something to clean your case with as well, isn't that lovely? Okay, so the instructions that you get with most cases or hardware are, as we know, subpar. The instructions with this case are very good. You even have the ability to work out your radiator and cooling setup very easily just by using those two pictures down here. It will tell you what thicknesses of radiator and what area will be suitable for your case. Another good thing. Onto the case itself. Glass tempered side panels. Very classy. The quality of this build, of this case, is very, very high. I was very impressed when I got my hands on it. Back in the old days, I've been overclocking and playing with computers, single core computers, and in my opinion, some of the older cases were built better than some of the newer cases that looked better. Thinner aluminium inside and all that sort of stuff, and they seem to have gone downhill a little bit there. Let me just get this out of the way and come back to you. As you can see in this one, everything's very strong. It's not flimsy at all. The versatility of the case is exceptionally good. As you'll see, it's a little bit different in design. Your motherboard goes in here and you've got a big gap at the back here, so you've got to run your cables through to the motherboard at the back here. If that's not your style of thing, and you connect more often and disconnect stuff more often than you'd like to, well then, maybe it's not the case for you, but it wouldn't be the problem for the majority of people. Hard drive bays, if you even use them anymore, hard drives, up the top here. My one small criticism with the case would be that these should perhaps be removable. You would have to remove those by rivets if you don't want them in there, by drilling out the rivets. And perhaps they could go into partnership with someone, look, if they haven't already, because I haven't checked, to create a good bay reservoir pump or something that could go up in this top section here, because really without people using hard drives much these days, it's a little bit of a wasted space. But it's also a perfect case for doing case modding with. So if you're a case modder and don't mind digging out your Dremel and getting out the drill occasionally, cutting holes, you won't have to do much of that with this case, but it's a very easy one to do it with if you so choose. In fact, got that one moving with me. In fact, the back of the case here comes off completely, that panel. So you can take it off, attach your pump, your pumps, your reservoirs, your radiators, fans, whatever you want to do there, and then get it back in, obviously checking that it's going to fit when you do put it back, which may be an issue for me with this build I'm working on. Now, SSDs, many spots for SSDs. Here, they can fit, and cable holes absolutely everywhere. I mean, the cable management of this, there really should be very little visible. At the front, you've got the ability to put two 120 or two 140 fans, or as we know, 240, 280 radiators, and same at the bottom here as well. Now, point to note, I thought with the spacings that I was seeing that some of the fans could go, if you know what I mean, in there, behind, underneath, and same here. Not true. They're just spaces so that you won't get as much noise from the airflow itself. The rads and or fans will sit inside the case. They don't mount internally into the panel. 120mm fan here, ability, which isn't a bad thing. Depends, work out your airflow. I mean, with this case, you've got the versatility to go front to back, back to front, whatever air direction flow that you want. Take note that there is only one that has the dust filter, so if you can manage to do intake at the bottom for your airflow, you're better off because you will filter out more dust that way. The tempered glass panel on the other side, if I spun it around, is exactly the same as this side, so it's a symmetrical case. So when you do your case management and everything else, you are going to have to pay attention to the other side being able to be seen through. And most people are going to use some sort of lighting, you are going to show up what's on the other side of the case, so be good at your cable management. Now, it has a lot of room. It's going to be able to fit usually the biggest of components. Here we have a Galax GTX 1080 Hall of Fame card, which, as you would know, is a big card. Manage your case well. You will not have a lot of room over this end. I'm lucky in that this one will end up having a water block on it to shorten the distance, but the case itself will still manage the largest of fans. It just means you have to work out exactly, with any build you would anyway, where you're going to place things, map it out properly. Another good example, this is a rather large pump res, as we know, and that will fit in a number of positions. With the side brackets mounted at the front, you could potentially mount it down there, you could rivet out, potentially mount it up here, although the pump would probably be a little bit tight up there. But there is a spacing hole here too, which you can't see on the video. Mount it here, mount it there, mount it on the back of your case if you like. So as you can see, the room is there, the thought has been put in. As we at PC Magic like to only use high quality components, I hope to be using more in-wing cases in the future because I've been very impressed with what I've seen with this case, and I think even my own next build, my personal rig, will be going into either this or another quality thought through in-wing case. Thanks for watching the video. Please keep tuned, watch more of PC Magic's videos as we go on. I will be doing a vlog on this build as well that will be available on some social media. So if you wish to if you wish to be put in touch with any of that social media and don't know how to get to it so you can watch the vlog, get in touch with me and I will send you the link. Thanks very much.